Radio check, radio check. Hello, hello. Welcome back to the channel and some racing. I'm going to try these DTM cars out today. I hope you enjoy. Haven't driven any of these before, so some interesting names here. Mailander twice, and Vendler, Albers, Ekstrom, Marcus Ekstrom. Didn't realise. Laurent Aiello, I've heard of him before. Jay Leto, obviously. Wiesmann, Winkelhock, Bernd Schneider. Great names. That will definitely help with. I've never tried Mid-Ohio racetrack either. So there's that. And we're in the Audi. Very interesting position of the steering wheel and unit and everything. Field of view looks a little bit wide, maybe. Let's try this out. It's got good pull on it immediately. This looks like a wide open. I have to try and get this one in nice in AC. It's strange that the haptics are working straight away. It's definitely got a really good straightforward race car feel to it. Very, I imagine, very similar to a V8 supercar, a little bit less punchy at the top end. But as far as I was aware, I left SimHub running. Well, first of all, SimHub's not on, and secondly, I thought I was running AC last time on SimHub. So unless it's auto-detected, which is pretty awesome if it is. Pretty cool, nice little bit of texture shake there. So this is definitely going to be a challenge. I should stop talking really. I'll focus on learning the track. Guessing that that's a third, maybe a fourth gear corner in this Audi. This looks quite straightforward. Maybe drop it all down a gear. Time's not going to count. Great. Haven't given myself the best of chances here to try everything, but I should probably stick to one track, but I feel like that would get a little bit boring for everybody. But I should stick to one track and change the car, or stick to one car and change the track, really. But I'm too curious of all the new stuff. So we're just gonna throw ourselves into it. If you're just joining me, and you're live with us today, I've got a competition up, and we're into the final 23 hours of the competition entry. That's to win a Sensit Haptics Gen 2 seat insert system like I'm using, but I'm using the Gen 1. You can find out how to enter and everything on my community posts on the channel homepage. Am I in the pit lane? I am. Okay, awesome. I don't want to pit stop really. Session is very much over. So we'll try a start here. Curved start. AI being a little bit on the aggressive side, that's okay. They really do brake for that second part of the chicane. Nice. I really don't know how the haptics are working. Okay, we have a pretty major spill going on. Let's replay that. I think end of lap 1. Can't do an instant replay, I haven't. Yes, well if you come across me, what do you expect? Just when I looked up to the track map to see where I was. This is a really cool circuit. This should be in more sims, in my view. I'm sure it is in iRacing, yawn, but no, it's fun, and I've gone in the pits. So there's a lot of drivers in the pits, even though I thought I had selected this to be a non-pitting race. Am I pulling in? I am pulling in, okay. Yeah, it's one of these two. There it is. Okay. Figure out the buttons, sorry. I might actually get full lap in next time round. Feels like I can... No, I was going to say I can do that in 4th, but I really can't. I like the fact that the AI had a little crash all by themselves. Car itself, certainly you can feel the weight of it. DTM machines are beasts. But I think it'd be really fun to do a whole season of this. It's what the game was built around, built for. Almost went wrong again, so I need to be bearing right. It's not very apparent on the track where the track actually goes. I actually need to be tighter here. There we go. not really getting anything in the way of traction issues. Change that by accident. I'm assuming it's four-wheel drive by the way it's behaving. Do they have quick fit in Germany? Guess they must do. Maybe it's a German company, come to think of it, the way it's spelt. Lovely corner that. Lovely sector. Really like that. Yeah, I'd love to see this in more sims. Really would, this track. This is Mid-Ohio Speedway, I think it's called. Right. Jano Lacey, nice. I've already spent more on this sim than any other on DLC so far on PC, but I want to spend more. I want to buy all the things, but specifically the trucks. Nice. I'm performing very, very badly. My apologies. I did take a involuntary pit stop at the start, just after I switched the pit stops off. So this is the 2002 DTM Audi. I want to say 04. It's not the TT GT4 shape, as far as I can tell. That's a tricky one to remember where you are, that one. Nice, okay. Is that Christian Apt? I think it is. Okay, I want to see the replay of that one. That was fun. Especially the end of that first lap. Let's get rid of the qualifying. How is everybody today? Thanks for joining. This looks like an interesting one. I don't know that I need I don't know that I need an F1 car in the game, but maybe I will get this. It's very all singing, all dancing. There's a lot of good stuff. But I'm very new to it, so if you've got more experience than me at Raceroom, do tell me what a must buy is, what I absolutely have to have. I'm all ears for sure. Okay, let's. I love the camera work as well. It's really, really cool. We better just move up. We move up it right, or these are cameras. Dumbass. Okay. Where did I start? I was quite low. There I am. Okay, so if we go to Scheider or Schneider, hopefully that will help us out. Go to aerial first. See what happened up ahead as we get towards the... Is it this condensed section? It was getting very, very tight further back. That's moving up the grid. We want to move down the grid slightly, I think. Forgive the cars moving in and out. May not be the very best of cameras for this specific work. Let's switch to TV. Where are we on track? Still lap 1. It's cool to have such a big open grid of cars as well. Probably need a few more liveries on a grid of this size. I think this is where things start to go wrong for somebody. Nope. So wrong on the lap number. So loads of cars coming in. Is it back to me? Okay. Sorry about this. There we go. So I'm in the yellow with red writing. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Okay, so we want to go a couple cars higher than where we are right now. Look at that mess. Where are they all? Definitely one of those turquoise cars, I think. Yeah, right, okay, nice. Just go back slightly. So the Mercedes loses it first. Up on the curb. He goes round. Oh, it's synchronized spinning. Wow. Not the best advert for for DTM, but fun. Let's just pick a different camera. Can we do static at this point? That won't be very helpful. Right here. So we'll go back to TV. Look at that. 3 cars spin at once. You do not see that very often in AI racing. That's pretty intelligent stuff going on. And they're reversing their way out. Not bad at all. I like that. Very good. Very cool. Right. Next car, next track combo. Yeah. Okay, so I did the DTM in 2002. I think I've only got the 1 car in that group. Oh, yes. So purple, oddly. Purple means you don't have it. That's why there were very few different liveries, I guess. For the 2023 DTM, I only have the BMW M4, Van der Linde, René Rast. This is kind of a cool one. Sandro Holzem. And then track-wise. Okay. Let's see. Aragon. Don't know Aragon. I used to do Dubai Autodrome on Real Racing 3 on a tablet, would you believe? So that might be kind of fun. Circuit de Pauville was very fun. So was Circuit de Chahad as well. Very, very cool. I don't know about Brno. I remember watching a World Touring Car race at Brno, short pit entry or regular. Just thinking about turning that up slightly. Yeah, I remember watching a race at Brno and couldn't believe what I was watching. It was really cool. Okay. This game is the most likely for me that I will be able to use VR for with my graphics card. So at the moment, my GPU is, yeah, it's not using a lot of gigabytes of GPU memory, unlike all my other sims, but it's using the most amount of 3D rendering on the GPU. If you know more about this kind of thing than I do, let me know what that means, what I should change, if there's anything I can do on a software configuration point of view, then please let me know, because I really don't know what I'm doing when it comes to this. If it's your first time watching, I have to change my steering wheel angle to match the car every time I change car. Interesting quirk of Raceroom. I always want to move the brake balance rearward. Regular viewers will know that. Okay, that feels pretty good, although no, that's actually turning slightly more than I would want it to. So do I need to turn my angle down slightly? I think I do. Let's do that. Still too much. So first time I've actually thought, well, or is it more? It might be more. I can't get that to match visually, never mind. Let's try and just run it. Need the track time. What is that? Ferrari in the DTM? Is that just a random assignment of matching cars? Anyway, BMW time. Brno. I think that's in the Czech Republic. I don't know if they host any DTM races, but it's there's a lot of Central Europe. Sounds pretty cool. A little bit sort of diesely. Another heavy car though. You can see why DTM cars are so similar to GT3s, and in fact I think, again, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they are now using modified GT3s in DTM because they're so similar. They've really gone away from the road car element that they used to have. There was a time when World Touring cars, British Touring cars, DTM were all very similar and had cross appeal. Even like drivers and teams would cross over with the chassis platforms and everything. Very different now in DTM to the touring cars. Like touring cars in Britain have gone to basically small hatchbacks, and DTM have gone upwards to GT3, and I think that's lots of very similar similar corner profiles here at Brno. I'm going to get punted from the rear in a second. They held off in the murk there, but they've got a great exit compared to me. This is track learning problems. At least I did it before. The next lap won't count. I was just going to say, at least I did it before the lap ticked over. And that's traction control kicking in there. A little bit late on my upshifts. Don't know how similar this is to a BMW GT3 because I have never driven a BMW GT3 in any sim platform. I should have. give me a little tap there. Help me move forward, but yeah, you can see I'm shifting at the wrong points on this car. Are you going by or what? Come on. There you go. Dirty windscreen. I wonder if I've got a weight penalty again. I don't think I have, but I need to sit further forward in the car as well. Very cool True Force Logitech effects there. Session time's run out again, and this lap won't count, of course, because what I did before. It's got that characteristic BMW loss of grip mid-corner going on. Yeah, I've got 10 kilos on, but that's probably not enough to explain the performance. My time was not right at all. Not super happy with my steering wheel setup either, but there you go. Just I've got TC on that. See if we can do better than last time. Like a non-optional weight penalty on the single player mode here based on your previous result. Trying to avoid danger and lost all the positions I gained at the start there. Third gear corner. That's not. Mandatory pit stop back on again. Damn. So it's rendering all the cars pretty nicely, isn't it? Big trail braking effect there. They are just mashing the throttle mid-corner in that right-hander. Should really hold third gear for these corners, I think. Just see if the other cars are going into the pits here. So lots of very similar chicanes. They drive a little bit like a GT4, quite forgiving. Yeah, I could definitely get on board with these DTM cars. Tyres complaining mid-corner, nice. Just hanging on there. AI is still a little bit strong for me at this stage. It's Brno is basically just chicanes. And that is really similar to turn at the first sector as well. That one. It's a long track. Okay, so we've missed the pit lane. Because we didn't pit in lap 1, but then it did seem like hardly anybody pitted in lap 1. That's Jack Aitken, I think. Emil Frey Racing is one that you see in the International GT. They've all gone in the pits, but pit window's closed. Okay, probably get myself disqualified here. Let's maybe do some running with the other cars. I was too late for the pit window, so all I can do is just drive and try and get as far up the field as possible. Felt like I did that pretty well. Car was close to the edge on the grip. Third, second for that complex. Chase down for the win on the road. Damn, how did that Ferrari manage to go right around the outside of me there? Little bit late. Nice step in of the grip on upshift. Enjoyed that. Okay. So that's really confusing. They've given me second place because I didn't pit. Everybody else pitted. I thought I turned off mandatory pit stop. And I did it with a 10 kilo. Oh, I don't understand. Anyway, that was the 2023. There is a 24. No 25. Have a look at the 24. So I've got the next issue of the BMW, and then a track. So we've done Most before. I feel like going to Dubai soon. I haven't done Estoril for a long time. In many sims. Norris Ring, Saxon Ring, very cool. Guess we just work through them, right? I mean, I haven't been to Zandvoort in this sim. And what have we got here? So we've got a short version. Let's do the Grand Prix track. AI difficulty. I don't want to turn it down, but I think I need to a little bit. Let's go like just a tiny bit lower down. Let's go for a huge field of cars. See how the PC copes with that. Afternoon, we didn't really get any sunset, even though we've got the time multiplier to maximum. So we haven't really got any rain options, sadly. Have to pretend we're American races right now. Race length type minutes 5. We can go slightly higher on the race, give us a chance anyway. Minimum pit stop duration 0. I did have that on correct. Okay. Oh no, mandatory pit stop on. Right. Okay. Got it. Okay, fine. So we'll turn that off for now. Standing start. Let's try rolling start. I haven't done that for a bit. Okay. By the way, if you're watching live, I can hear you in my ear. If you type something, 535. I think that's the same. Can hear you. Even if I don't look up at the chat I've got up on another screen. So yeah, if you want to take part, feel absolutely free. What have I just done there? Yes, I'm moving it forward. I don't want to do that. I want more equal. Okay, I'm moving the thing back. FFB multiplier. Should I turn that up? Probably not. Okay, so a little bit of this is a track I at least know which way it goes, and I can anticipate what it's going to be like. Yeah, it's steering more than I'm steering on the animation, but I'll just try not to focus on that too much. Where am I going to hit the lock? I'm not going to hit the lock. Okay. Let's see what sort of era Sam thought this is. Is that a Porsche Rexy behind me? It is. Very heavy, much heavier on the wheel. That's probably I just changed that multiplier, didn't I? And actually very different engine drivability there on this one than on the previous one. I think it's just a green Porsche. Let it go flat through the roller coaster. It will. And then we need to do a lot more braking into there than we are used to in a GT car. Very good off-track haptics, by the way. Great sunset effect as well. On that loading screen earlier on, it seemed to be saying that they're hiring developers right now on Raceroom. And I did see something about Xbox, so I'm wondering if they're doing a console port right now, which would be interesting, very interesting. Oh, it's got good braking right at the end of the... right at the end of the braking zone. I was panicking there for a second. This Beamer behind me has got a lot more pace. Why is that? Why is it out dragging me at this to this rate? Oh, I've suddenly got a little bit more poke there. Okay. And I left it way too late to brake. Diving straight into quali is a bad idea, but I just wanted to keep it interesting and try lots of things today. Some great competitive leaderboards for time trialing as well as multiplayer. My first foray into multiplayer racing on Raceroom did not go well, as you'll have seen from a short or highlight video I put out. So I definitely want to get reasonably good at the track involved before I get out there. It is utterly freezing today in my part of the world, so I'm glad of a bit of a workout on the force feedback. I'm starting to get finally a little bit warm. Feet are freezing though. I can't race in shoes. I do have some Puma Speed Cats, but even they I feel a little bit too thick for racing in. Having said that, I haven't tried them on my new rig, so a little bit of contact from the back there. A bit more. Should be using first gear, I think. That's cool. I do like the elevation and the camber and everything. Banking, it's very good. I ran out of time to set my lap. So did most people though. Only a few, well, there you go, 11 laps counted. Okay. Right, let's do this. Bought some sim racing gloves on Amazon. Driving gloves really, and ended up with thoroughly black stained hands, so I'm gonna have to soak them or scrub them or something before I next use them. But my thumbs are complaining a little bit on this Formula wheel. Okay, let's do this. This feels more and more like GT3 racing now. What is going on? Okay, we are catching slightly. This is a rolling start then. That snap was me suddenly getting control of the car. How are they going through these corners so fast? Just weirdly, I can't decide whether to err on the side of too high a gear or too low. It does seem like the cars rev quite low and do quite appreciate a short shift. Normally I'd stick to slightly higher gear, certainly stay out of first gear, but too early, I think. That picked up well. .5 seconds in front. BMW's just got no front grip at all. Just really refusing to get into the corners. Move the brake balance even further back. Just escaping danger there. Beautiful. Finally picking up a little bit of speed relative to the cars in front, but I'm absolutely not. Just need a big crash like in the last race. Help us out a little bit here. Still getting a slight double upshift issue. I believe that is a setting I couldn't play around with. Nice. Not catching, not catching. Yeah, I should be trying to get a good amount of the apex through the first part of that chicane, I think. Something I haven't messed with is setups here in the game. They are so much faster than me. This is so much worse than the previous race. There you go, too much apex. Definitely need to get completely out of the throttle there. Humbling. That's a nice way into that one. we go. Okay. Yeah, next up, next one. Car, we've done all the latest DTMs. I believe I've done this one. Yeah, the 190 Evo. That's all I've got in this this pack. Have I done the intermediate, the 95? That's the Opel Calibra. So shout if you want to see those. I know I titled the video DTM Generations, but I'm more than happy to try something completely different. I've got a Formula 3, a Junior, and a Formula 4. I tried these two yesterday, the Crosslays 60s racers. Should we stick with the German theme of today? We've got the M2 Cup car in here. GT Masters is again very similar, but that's free content. The Nissan GTR GT3 and the CR1. I like that car. That was fun to drive. The GT4. Haven't tried the McLaren yet. Let's do a bit of McLaren driving, shall we? There's a cool livery top left. Nice bit of orange and blue, but this one's also very cool. And then track-wise, we've just done Zandvoort. Zolder I've done in ACC, so I do know it reasonably well. So it might be worth a little look. Okay, yeah, we'll do that. Okay, see you on the other side. Okay, so into Belgium in the lesser known Belgian track. Got to get that angle right. For 480. Nice. Okay. Ooh, and then I want to. It's gone 50-50, and it's fixed brake bias. Interesting. Okay. Right, let's try this then. Beautiful. Haven't seen any Aston Martins in Raceroom yet. I know the McLaren GT3 car has a lot of fans. Look at that. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Very cool texture. You know how much of a fan I am of Gran Turismo, but not even Gran Turismo has that feeling of going over the ridges of gravel that you do in this game. This is probably the world's least visible braking marker boards at Zolder. Where a track has actually made an attempt to install them, I do think Zolder is particularly tricky. Not really getting any curb rumble all of a sudden. This is a hairpin. Okay, now I am. So obviously the curbs before were just a bit flat. There we go. Just go by. Another really slow chicane coming up. Looks like I need to be revving this a bit higher. Yeah. In the beamer. The marker boards on that side are actually on the left-hand side on the wall. That is painted red and yellow, red and white. And then the braking marker board is also red and white. Oh, I've stuffed it up. So cool. That curb had absolutely nothing on it, that one. Made me think that the haptics had turned off. They went flying through there. I forgot to turn the AI down again. Interestingly, this is a slightly different prospect to running the Lexus that I ran here a lot. On ACC this felt a much more fraught track, especially with these curving approaches to very slow corners in the middle sector. Just wondering if we get around for another lap. 30 seconds, one more chicane and a right-hander to go. I think we do. Need to steal more curb on the way into that one. Here we go. Can we cross the line in time? But it's immaterial because I suck. That's a third gear corner, really. This is flat. And then it's another third, I think, for this one. Yeah, that's nice. Late apex. come to think of it, you know, this is a little bit like a Monza without the higher speed. Without all the fun bits. This is Monza without the fun. That's a bit harsh. Definitely feel like that straight is a little bit longer in this sim than in ACC. What I'd like to do is my best time in all the sims in a similar or same car on the same track, but as is fairly predictable, I can't locate the best track car combo for that. I was thinking maybe Spa, but this game doesn't have Spa as a stock situation. Okay, 38 cars starting at the back again. Boy oh boy, I wonder if there's anything I can do with the gears or anything like that. Is there a final gear adjustment? No, everything's very, very stock in this one. And what was the electronics there? Let's just see. Okay. I'm afraid I don't actually properly understand traction control, cut, slip, and lateral. My overall traction control is down to 1, which is the minimum. Okay. What was I talking about earlier that I needed to change on here? Stability's off. AA control in pit lane. That might be interesting. Factory ABS. Factory traction control. Okay. AI control in pit lane. I'll need to then keybind the pit lane effect. There was something I wanted to change, and it's gone out of my head. Roll lag. Ooh. Lateral weight transfer. That's quite low. Let's turn that up a bit and see. Look to apex. Definitely want even more of that. Love me a bit of looking to apex. I did try and up that, and it was undrivable. So let's turn that up a bit more as well. Okay, let's see how those changes feel. I want to be a bit closer, I think, but it looks great. I really think it's looking very, very good. This game. Could we be going any slower? I'm not in control, by the way. Fix brake bias TC down to 1. Interesting livery on the car in front. Still not in control, still not in control, still not in control. Wait for the snap. 4th gear by the time they let me actually have the car. There we go. Kind of hoping for a big crash here. Bit of dirt. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Did it again. I'm going to get myself a slow down. It's like 3 warnings within a sector, I think. First gear is unnecessary. They're just walking away from me at this level. You can really chuck this McLaren around. I'm sure that's no surprise to you guys watching. It was okay. I thought I kept a wheel on there. Obviously not. I really like the upshift response mid-corner. Why are we going so slowly here? Trouble there. I like the car, gotta say. I think I stay in 4th. I think they're staying in 4th for that one. We're just much delayed on the throttle. Bit early on my upshift. It's tricky going from short shifting beamer to a late shifting McLaren. Got away with that one. And then again, traction, they are unreal. I don't know whether to go back to the adaptive AI. Oh, I couldn't avoid them. I don't know if I get trouble there for yellow flag infringement. Not troubling the apex, was I? Nope, okay. Fourth gear is a mistake. And all the places get lost. This is an unfortunate surname abbreviation. I haven't really been thinking about my look to Apex and how that's working. It's not much. Okay. Maybe it doesn't change between races. Maybe once it's loaded, it's loaded. We'll leave it be for now. Okay. Any requests from the live audience? So that was the GT. It wasn't GT4. Okay, so there's this POS. I really don't want to drive the thing, but in the interests of trying things out, I probably should. Can hard. Silhouette series. I don't know what. What do they mean by silhouette series? Do they actually mean NASCAR? No, they're too short for NASCARs. What are they reaching for when they say silhouette? I wonder. The Praga R1. I'm probably not up to that just yet. I've done a little bit of MX5 already. The hill climb, going to be like Pikes Peak style. Was it the GT4? It was the GT4. Right. Okay. Right. So next track to try is going to be the Daytona. Super Tourers. I've just got a Volvo in the Super Tourers. These are mid-90s Tourers. The estate version was in the BTCC, as was this Laguna, and later the Megane. So I might have to buy that Laguna. Definitely the Audi here. I think a slightly different version of the Alpha. I think it might be like the 157 or something. And we definitely had this. Look at the GoldenEye game. That's so cool. that livery. I love that. Okay. So let's go over here. I believe I've tried the TT Cup, so I'm going to try the. What's the difference between a TT Cup and a TTRS Cup? I do not know, but why not? Okay. The actual nice liveries around. Touch of orange on this one. It's got a disabled sticker on it, I think. Those are pretty horrid livery collection, aren't they? Let's go for this one then. And then change up to Daytona. And of course the road course. Hopefully we've got something we can race ovals on that'll be similar to a NASCAR. So let's load this one up then. I'm going to turn that back to adaptive, although as I said before, that didn't feel that adaptive. It actually felt like it was just really easy before. Rolling start is probably appropriate. Okie dokie. Probably be stopping for lunch after this run. It's a pretty good looking car actually when you get up to it. 540, change that. Can I move? Can. Okay. We've got English on the tannoy. Can't quite hear. Hey, there's Rob Huff. I'm glad that they've done these different driver names. Tom Chilton. Yeah, kind of cool. Right. Interesting, no pit wall there for the pit lane on the inside. Very interesting sound on idle there of the car. Nice effect. I know I've got everything running at sunset at the moment, but that is when you get the nicest graphics. You can brake quite late in this. I don't have a tyre temperature readout anywhere. How are they on track limits? It's pretty cool, got to tell you. Let's have a look as we go into the bus stop at this look to apex that we increased. 3, 2. Ooh, there's extra curbs there that aren't in GT7. This is actually a pretty fun car, this TTRS. A little bit of track surface change coming through the steering wheel. I needed to be much earlier on the brakes there. Very loose, just like the Beamer actually, very loose on the front axle. Got what gear I was in. Prefer an early slow apex to an early throttle application through that set. Understeer City. Wonder if I can knock that ABS back even further. I can. But the risk of the rears locking up, I feel like I want much more bite on the front axle. Oh. Okay, couldn't qualify. One car managed to qualify. Okay. Where are they starting me? 36th again. Very kind. Big field. Taking a very long time to get to the start. Come on. Wow. Start line's all the way over there. That was avoiding action rather than an attempt at anything. Oh, make up your mind which which lane you're picking in the braking zone. Oh, not cool. Absolutely no grip there at all, which is accurate. Actually get some sort of slipstream. Okay, they don't want to be bump drafted, so they want to go 3 abreast through here. I was absolutely ramrod straight on the steering through there, and they just cooperated to take me out. Do some sim racing to relax, they said. Just stayed legal on the lines there, I think. I feel like I need first gear in the in and out. holding on to these higher gears, but it definitely feels like that's a mistake. Come on, grip in. There's absolutely no pull in and a downshift. Very lazy car. I think very different to the McLaren we were just in. Okay, now we're motoring. Come on. Huge understeer on exit. I couldn't see the marker boards. Awesome. Okay, make a small change visually, but for me that's it for this stream. Thanks so much for sticking with me, and I will catch you very soon. Appreciate it as always.